Welcome back to 30 at 6. I'm here with Diana Hawley. She's running for Cecil County Public Schools Board of Education in District 5, which covers Northeast. She's running against Evan Jones, and I should say that we've invited Evan to be a guest on 30 at 6 as well, so hopefully we will be able to schedule that interview. Diana, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, I used to be an early intervention specialist, and my background is in early childhood education. Moved to Cecil County about 15 years ago, and my daughter, when she was obviously in kindergarten, 9 years ago is when I locally started being involved in the school system here. And I started off as a volunteer in a classroom, and it kind of progressed from there. I have been in leadership positions in parent organizations in the school, classroom volunteers. I serve as a mentor in the elementary schools. And I just kept being more involved in the middle schools. I was doing stuff with the PTSO. And at a county-wide level, I started doing more with the school advocacy committees, curriculum review council, textbook review council, getting involved a little bit in the budget process, which is a little scary.
It's very complicated.
Yeah, it's very complicated, but advocating for the schools and emailing county council members. I've attended county council meetings speaking on behalf of the school system. So that's sort of where I'm going from there.
Right. So what compelled you to run for office?
Good question. That's usually the first question people ask me, and the simple answer is because I care. I care for our students. Obviously, I care for my kids.
Right.
But once I started getting involved in the school system, it really hit home for me that there's a lot of kids out there in need, and my passion is education. But I also think that a good county needs a great school system. So I think I have the dedication, the work ethic to do what it takes to make our school system be great. So,
what specifically do you hope to accomplish? What are your goals?
There's a lot of priorities I have. There's a lot of need. I obviously have been in the classrooms, I've been in the schools, and you see students who have a lot of needs. And first and foremost, one of my biggest priorities is school safety, most people have that as a priority. But not only physical building school safety, but school safety involving student mental health, because that's a big issue as well. We have a lot of kids who are coming from very traumatic situations, and we need resources for that. I think a second priority of mine is hiring and retaining quality staff and being able to give them the resources that they need so that they can thrive as staff members. We can have an awesome curriculum, but if we don't have good staff to implement that curriculum and resources that they need to support them, it's pretty much nothing at that point. And lastly, I think just providing a lot of variety for our students. We have students who are involved in the arts. We have students who are involved in sports. So a wide range of activities to encompass the needs and the talents, and we want them to have pride in what they're doing and pride in their school. And one way to get them to have pride in their school is to be invested in it.
Absolutely.
And if they have resources and they have activities that make them have pride in their school, that's something that's really important. School of Technology, the expansion of the School of Technology for students who aren't necessarily wanting to go to college, or kids who do want to go to college and need additional training for that. So the School of Technology is pretty big. I did tour that.
Oh, it's amazing.
Have you been there?
Yes.
It's fabulous. It's fabulous. And I was given the opportunity to see just like all of the programs that it has to offer.
It's
so that's
really
amazing.
I was so impressed.
Yes.
I had no idea that
existed.
That there were so many programs, and it's just so exciting to me.
Yes, very much so. Very much.
Some people I've spoken to have felt that the board is a bit too close to the administration.
Okay.
What do you think is the appropriate role for the school board?
I think the school board needs to work closely with the leadership team. I think they need to do so in order to develop good policies and a fiscally responsible budget. I think the school board's role also is to communicate effectively with them. If there are tough questions, be able to ask those tough questions so that the best budget and the best policies can be made for the benefit of the school system.
Okay. Maryland voters will have 2 constitutional amendment questions to ask on the ballot. Question 1 is whether certain revenues should be allocated to supplement education funding, certain revenues from video lotteries. What do you think about that?
I think question 1 is an important question. It's the fix the fund question. When we voted to approve casino gaming, at least I did back in the time that we did that, we thought that revenue was going to go strictly towards education.
And to supplement, I feel like the difference
Yes.
is to supplement rather than to
Increase.
Yeah.
Right. And what happened is it did go towards education, but also not the whole part, not all of the revenue. Some of the revenue then also went into other parts of the budget to fix some of those gaps,
right.
those shortfalls in the other part of the state budget. And basically this is saying, okay, we will use the revenue and we will be able to increase education funding in the state of Maryland, which is drastically underfunded right now, I think by $1.2 billion. So this is a good first step. This
Right.
would be a great first step for education funding in the state.
And
So-
it seems to be pretty widely supported on,
Yes.
on both
on
sides of
both
the
ends,
aisle.
on both ends. And I personally have been researching the issue, and I haven't found any organization that opposes it.
Yeah, it seems like
and
it would be
rightfully
hard to
so.
oppose.
Rightfully so. Rightfully so.
Yeah.
So yes.
Okay, well,
Thank you.
thank you so much for being here,
Thank
Diana.
you. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.